Hi guys, top of the afternoon to you. It's me, DC. I want to welcome you to the first Schoolie 309 story. Now this is going to be a long cut video from the moment that I found the rust underneath the rubber mats once I removed the seats, all the way until I got them replaced using Schoolie.com's wheel well replacement kit. That everything's divided up in the chapters below. Feel free to skip to the next one. If you are thinking about converting your own school bus into a Schoolie, I hope this helps you. If you've already done it, I hope this provides you with a little entertainment to know that you're not alone in all of your struggles. Thanks for being here. What are we looking at, Luke?
We have a custom rear.
Hey, wait a minute. We got some ground to cover before we start this. I'm Future DC. We're getting ready to show you what Luke did at Schoolie.com. We got to go way back. We got to go back a couple years. In fact, at the time I'm recording this, it's been going on 5.5 years. That being said, this first moment that I realized, I'm standing there looking at the floor. And if you get real close, you can see the ground outside. I could see the ground while I was inside the bus. At that moment, I knew without a doubt I had bought a rusty bus. So I put my fears behind me, grabbed my crowbar, and started cleaning off this floor. I'd already removed the seats. It was time to pull up the rubber mats and all this 3/4 inch plywood that was just falling apart as I started scraping it, which of course revealed this. A couple days go by, I've been thinking about this. I purchased this bus knowing that it had a brand new engine in it. It had less than 5,000 miles on this end frame. So I continue. And this is where well, you're gonna see in just a second. At this point right here, I am sitting with Luke Davis in the office of Schoolie.com, and he has just designed for me a set of wheel wells, and this right here is the whole story on how they were created from the very beginning. So here we go. Enjoy. I hope you like what you see. Thank you, guys. What are we looking at, Luke?
We have a custom rear 3-piece wheel well for Mr. Dennis, Schoolie 309. So the pieces are, we have a flange for the back, just a flat piece. We have this bent side panel that will get continuously welded, and then this piece which has the flange formed into each end of it and can get welded in. We will flatten these out and cut them on the plasma table. This will be the top piece. So we will need 2 of those and drop in the flange. We will need 2 of those. The side panel. 2 sets of wheel wells. Right now I have it in a 5x10. Seems like it fits just right. So we'll arrange this a little neater and figure out just how to utilize the material, and then we'll cut them out. So that's our nested group of parts, 2 of each, and then we've got a little cut just to cut that remnant off of the sheet. So let's load up the sheet. So then Luke and I grab a 5x10 sheet of 16 gauge galvanized steel, which if you don't know what galvanized steel is, it's basically galvanized sheet metal that is galvanized to keep it from rusting. And that's the key. You don't want it to rust when it's protecting your bus from the water. Now, if you're watching this and you're watching me in this video and you're saying, he's just a 50-year-old kid that's giddy like a 3-year-old, I am. This is so cool. Now, immediately after the parts are cut out on the plasma table here, what we have to do is wash all the scuzz off of them. Scuzz. Call it scuzz.
Because if you don't, they stay stained with this nastiness that Luke likes to call the scuzz. Hey, you don't realize how big a wheel well is till you're looking at pieces of it right in front of you. Sure stains it quick, doesn't it? It's got the scuzz marks. Thank you, sir. When it comes to putting these together, what do? Clamp them? Good morning, guys. It's a new day, and I'm in the schoolie.com shop, and it's a huge, exciting morning for me. I'm going to jump right into it and show you what's going on this morning. Luke is over here on his big press. It's one of the machines that they use here that makes all the custom parts at schoolie.com. But this morning, something's being done for me. We are bending the steel for my wheel wells today. You know those rusted out wheel wells that have a gap about that big at the floor and let all that cold air, and I can't drive in the rain because the water will come in and ruin the floor? It's being bent right now.
Okay.
Oh man, look at that, look at that.
There's one. Let's make sure it doesn't need any adjustments before we bend the second one. Oh, rats. Perfect again. I've got the recipe for this stuff pretty dialed in for 16 gauge, so it usually can nail it first try.
How accurate is this machine, like down to the thousandths, 10,000ths?
Yeah, when we do, I mean, yeah, it can move in half of 1,000 increments. So yeah, because 1,000th over a die like this is like a measurable difference of what it will do to the angle. So I mean, it has to be accurate, and what it can hold, if we have good parts that are, you know, laser cut and the blanks are consistent, like we can hold easily without being finicky and adjusting the machine constantly. We can hold plus or minus 10, 15 thousandths on production parts.
Wow.
You know, like on our hat channels, we're plus or minus 15 thousandths, which is considered precision sheet metal.
Right.
You know,
Plus or minus 15 thousandths.
yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. So it does a pretty good job. You know?
Okay.
We'll just feed this guy in there. And
Now I've got to tell you, while I was standing here watching him bend this sheet metal, knowing that it was going to be the wheel wells of Schoolie 309, and that I wasn't going to have to worry about rust or body fillers or piecing it together, there's just nothing like watching a craftsman do something for your project. There's just, I can't even put it in the words. Needless to say, I was so excited, I was just quiet during all this. That's it?
in theory, once we bend this up, this will be flat, and that other flange will be flat, and we'll have a nice arc that fits that side panel. Look at that.
Look at that.
So there you go.
Dude, that is awesome.
A little bit of hand forming to get this where you want it. The best is, you know, you can pull it down and tack it as you go, but if you get it pre-bent at least close and you're not fighting it, it'll be real smooth still.
Gotcha.
So you can take it over, you know, over a sawhorse or a bench or something and kind of get it going.
Gotcha.
Without putting any kinks
Like
in it, you
edge
know,
of
get a
a
little
table
curve
type of
going.
thing?
Yeah, exactly. Kind of just get it going in the right direction and working it.
Nice.
And then it tacks up pretty easy.
That
yeah,
is-
and then this guy will go on the, you know, on the far side, so also to help it hold that shape so it doesn't, because this side's going to be unsupported when you do this.
Right.
So that will kind of bring it back into the same shape and then give you the flange for the wall. So like that.
And then the whole sheet itself goes up and over that. Man, that is awesome. Billions of gallons of water will be kept out of my bus thanks to this.
That's the idea.
There is no better way to repair the rust than this.
Yeah, that's all galvanneal and all that good stuff.
Yeah, it allows you to essentially restore the bus to its original condition. I guess I got my work cut out for me tonight.
Yeah.
Right on. Thank you, man.
Very cool.
Man, this is awesome.
This will be a fun little project.
Can't even put it into words. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, cool. Make it happen.
Director set for Dennis.
Yeah. Well, top of the evening to you. It's me, and it's a new evening. Yeah, same day. But yeah, anyway, it's been a really busy day here in the shop, and now that the shop work is all finished up, it's time to make some wheel wells. So I'd really like to get started on the welding, so that's what I'm getting ready to do. Mr. Oak Dog's burning the midnight oil with me. He's chilling. Seems like yesterday we were bending this, and it's been, yeah, exactly like 11 and a half hours. So what Luke was telling me to do is to start shaping this piece to match this piece, and then I can start tacking it in place, because we'll be using obviously one of these. Just don't have a lot in me right this second. Really, I'm actually that tired. I'm really excited to be doing this, but I'm actually that tired. I found the trick. Got this side clamped down. I clamped down that piece there, and then where there's a lip, I can just take a screwdriver, slide it down and bring it out to where I can tack it into place. You're learning right along with me, y'all. You really are. It's the first time I've ever done this. There, look at that. Right there, so I can get it, start laying little tacks in there, then work my way around. That works out perfect. I highly recommend wearing gloves anytime that you do something like this. Because I don't know about you, but every time I get around sheet metal, I end up hurting myself. I'll walk away. That might help if I had the right stuff on too, right? We are good to go, amigo. Puppy's over there snoozing in the floor. We're going to be over here making schoolie floors. Oh, sorry. There we go, y'all. I don't think I could be much happier with that. So I've got everything tacked, got the radius tacked there. And I'm going to spin it around, go ahead and get this back side on. And that is actually what goes against the wall. So this could go on either side of the bus, either side of 309. I should be saying 309. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and spin it around. So I want that edge to be on the table. A little funky gap down here on the end, but Absolutely no question at all about whose fault that is. Mine. Look at that. Okay, we have corner to corner. I absolutely love these long clamps here. I think I can go right through the table. Clamp that puppy right there. You ready? I'm as ready as I'm ever going to be. I'm waking up now, getting some energy about me. Only thing is, seen me jump a few times, don't weld with a wounded glove. Well, that only took 25 minutes, but I got it. I got it. I'm really excited. I got one of them. Now, it's all tacked in place. What I'm going to do now is go ahead and do the final weld all the way around it. And then, yeah, that'll be one down. And if all goes well, be able to install it tomorrow. So bear with me while I lay a nice bead all the way around this. About an inch or two at a time. And yeah, this is awesome. Well, I cannot tell a lie. Pretty doggone happy with that. It's awesome. It came together very nice. I welded it really well. It's pretty much flat on the table. Looks good. That corner's down a little bit, but I can adjust that. Just adjust that with a rubber mallet. I think everything will be fine. Nice little adjustment. No major warps. Might do a little grinding on that outer edge there. Go ahead and do that tonight. Hey, Okies. You okay, buddy? Come here. Sorry, my border collie needs attention. Come here. Over here. Yeah, looks like I got it all together the way I wanted it. And yeah, I guess I'm just going to run a flap wheel over it, over that outer side. I'm not going to do anything over here. Ooh, that's hot. I'm not going to do anything over here. It doesn't need it. So I can go ahead and put a lot of this stuff away here. Top of the afternoon to you. It's a new day. We're going to make the second wheel well today. Get it welded up. Got to get them in. We've got to drive Schoolie 309 tonight. So, that being said, we got to get these wheel wells done. Shouldn't take but, I don't know, 2 or 3 or 4 hours to get the other one welded up. Got the first one laying here on the floor in front of me. It is time to weld the second wheel well together, which should go much easier than the first one did, simply because I know how to do it now. And once I completed the first one, Luke looked it over, said I did a really good job. Max said I did a good job as well. Also gave me some tips on how to do even better the second time, which is always, always encouraging to me. And got everything right here on the table. Anyway, let's get to it. Gotta get the clamps and start getting everything in place and make some magic happen. Very, very excited to be able to get these in the bus and be able to drive without worry of rain. Okay, one of the things Max and I was talking about is that would make it a little better is if I go ahead and pre-punch the holes in the parts that actually go against the floor and the wall. That way I'm not drilling through 2 layers of steel and I know exactly where everything's going. So got this very cool little manual punch here. So I'm going to go ahead and punch all the holes and everything that I can. That way when I'm done welding it all together, I can literally just go in and set it in and know right where to drill all the holes and everything. So let's go ahead and do that. This little guy here is really cool. Punched a couple test pieces in. Or I punched a couple test holes a second ago. So you just twist it like that. And right there's the hole. So hopefully I get them all about right. think my line is perfectly straight, but that's... It's gonna be good. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? All right, free punch. Okay, I've got the front side and the rear flange. Got the holes set on those. Holes are already done. Now, I'm gonna have to lay a little bit of a curvature to this little guy. See if I can do a little better job to this one than I did the last one. The last one turned out pretty good. I was happy with it. This was definitely the harder part the other night, wasn't it? Well, I pinched my gloves. I'm so thankful it's my gloves. I know that I'm not doing the best job of commentating. My apologies for that. It's just taking all of my brain power to get this puppy locked down right. That's a nice solid lock. Whew, glad I had the gloves on. Look at that, I actually pinched the leather off. Holy cow, look at that. Oh, that'd feel like if I didn't have that glove on. It still pinched my finger, but man, it cut the leather. Whew. Wasn't terrible. About 18 minutes to do that seam and these. Heck yeah. So I'll spin it around and get that other side here. So what has happened here? Looks like what I need to do is recut these flanges here so that it will flex. Otherwise, I'm trying to stretch this flange to get this part to pop up. I don't think that I will be very successful at that. So I'll go ahead and cut both flanges to where it will flex up. Yeah, I can kind of see how this right here comes out and goes this way. Same with that side. That's allowed this to come down. This came down and these went out, that one went out. So no big deal, nothing but a little slice. Got a borrowed set of muffs here. They just rock, love it. All right. This should, oh yeah. See, that's all I had to do was cut those to where they'll, yeah, it only flexed open about an 1/8 of an inch. Pop this little guy here. gonna zip these up real tight real quick and put you on the charger so we can get what we came here to do. Okay, so here's a little update. I got the wheel well done. It's taken about 2 hours and 10 minutes from the time that I started. And let me show you where we're putting these two wheel wells real quick here, because it's you'll understand the significance of the replacement. This right here is the center section. As you know, I already have the rear of the bus, the rear 8 feet is insulated and floored, and the front 12 feet is insulated and floored. But I could not do anything to the middle. What you're seeing here, this gap here is, I think, 9.5 feet. So I actually got to buy 3 pieces of Advantech to put in here. And here, let me show you down low. This right here is the gap that I have. You can actually see the tire under there. The gap goes all the way around. There's the outside. Isn't that crazy? So I just took some aluminum angle iron, just kind of riveted them in place so they wouldn't go anywhere. Now, passenger side here is obviously much worse. You can see that big old gap there. I'm going to take a Sawzall here in just a minute, buzz this out, and the new one will basically just go right in place here. And I'll be able to just rivet along the edges. Everything will be hunky-dory right there. Now, same thing is going on over here on the driver's side, but I do not have the funky rust up here. Oh, I forgot about that. So yeah, you can see the tires under there. You see the gap all the way around. So obviously, absolutely impossible to drive it in the rain without getting a bunch of water thrown up inside the bus and getting under the flooring that I've already put in and the insulation I've already put in. That would just be a really bad situation. And bad situation's not what I'm into at all. You can already see I got just a little bit more to do than I thought I did. We got this.
Well, top of the morning to you. It's a new day. You don't know this, but it has been right at a month since I was able to work on 309. We went through the holidays and had some stuff to take care of. And long story short, just wasn't able to work on 309. But we are back in Hendersonville here at Schoolie. Let's go ahead and get with it. Got a bunch of this gooey stuff right here. We're going to be removing all that. I'm going to go ahead and remove it the same way you remove the yellow reflective tape off the bus, and that is with the oscillating tool. I'm pretty well guarantee that saved 15 minutes worth of scraping with a manual scraper. Holy cow. Try my hand with a Sawzall and give this bower here, just give it some hell. Well, I'll tell you what, that was about 2,000 times faster and less investment in time than all the worry I put into this morning. Was that not just quick cutting that puppy out? There I was all stressing. There we go. Look at that. Look at that right there, some very fancy Goodyear tires. Woohoo! Heck yeah, looky there. So what I need to do is just go ahead and get all this trimmed back good. We'll bust out the big guns here. Tell you what, I'm really liking this. Unsponsored, by the way. Really liking this Bauer system though.
No more cords to play around with. The guard here is nice and adjustable. I like the guard. Alrighty, so got all this cleaned up now. You can see where I cut out the rust over from the original piece right there. I may put something like that back in there shortly, but what I have to work on right this second is this little piece right here, because part of the wheel well flange goes right over that area right there. Cut out a piece of cardboard to match that, and now I've transferred it to the steel, so let's run and do that. Kind of see right here, that's the shape I'm going to cut out. That'll fit perfectly on the edge of that wheel well. This right here is kind of the most difficult part, I believe. Yeah, just like that. Oh yeah. Awkward position, but we will work through it. All right, we got that all welded up now. I think that's all we needed to do. Alrighty. Well, got that right there pretty cleaned up. I'm going to go ahead and put the wheel well on here just to fit it and see how it fits over the wheel itself and all. So, little things that we don't see until we actually get into it. That's just the way it is working on a schoolie. Got an absolute mess in here, don't I? That's crazy. Do one little thing, or what I call one little thing, takes a lot of different tools, doesn't it? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just put this right here. This right here is how she fits in place. Okay. Ouch. Once again, you get surprised by some of these things, I'm telling you. A nice little seal around the bottom here, doesn't it? It is a lot higher. Yep, I'm gonna have to make a slight modification right in here. Okay, guys. Had a little consulting with Mr. Luke, and he said that this right here was okay to remove. So I'd already gotten started on it. I forgot to turn the camera on. My apologies. So what I'm doing is removing this lip right here, and I've only got to go back to here. So I've only cut just a little bit of it. Gosh, that dust is just brutal. Those cut off wheels. That's how she's gonna go. Well, good morning. It's a new day. Okay. There's that. I've got a gap back here I'm trying to work through in my head. It's interesting because that's just the way the walls are. And if I make too big of changes, it will kind of revamp everything. What I'm getting at is where I have fixed all the rust that was in the floor down here. This right here is sticking out much further than this right here is. So when I push a flat piece up against it, of course the bottom's going to hit before the top here does. So that's what I'm working on. I've got to say this is not going to be like any other typical school bus that has no repairs in the walls. If I didn't have the repairs in the walls,
this puppy would go right on here. But I used a little thicker gauge steel. Used like some 1/8 inch on a lot of it, if I remember correctly. It was easier to heat up the 1/8 inch, get it nice and hot, and then tap, tap, tap. If you understand the welding, you know what I'm saying. I just tapped the thinner metal and it would all bond together. It was wonderful. Alrighty, first step, let's go ahead and get this puppy out of the way. Now we're going to... Alright, so this right here is my next plan of attack. What I'm going to do is put this cardboard in here. I'm going to use it as my template. Probably won't be able to see me, but I'll go to the other side. Alrighty, so I have absolutely spared you from, an hour, what I call research and development, okay? Here's what I've done. Took a piece of cardboard, I cut out the exact template of what I need to be able to fill all this in, and it goes just like this. Since I've saved all the sheet metal from the flooring and everything, all the scraps and everything, I've got a piece that's perfect to be able to do two sides this size. Most likely the other side is going to be very similar to this. Not exactly the same, but very similar. This right here is the template, and now let's go inside and cut it out. I think the 10 shears will be the best way to do it. Alrighty, look at there. Right here we've got to go up 2 inches. Cool. Nice straight edge here. So much more better. I gotta tell you, don't treat me like I'm some professional. Most of these tools are new to me too. Watch this puppy. Moment of truth, y'all. Yeah, look at that. That worked out almost perfect. Seems the best way to do this now would be to kind of plug weld that. Go down through here and zap it. I'm going to go inside and use the punch on this just to expedite it a bit. Okay, got my little fancy pants adapter here, ready to go. I went ahead and went in and used the hole punch on it so I can do all these little plug welds. Unfortunately, I know that there's styrofoam behind here and it's going to get hot when I weld it, so. Alrighty, well here's the end result so far. It goes all the way around here, comes up 2 inches up on the wall and down. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and check the size of the wheel well, put it in here. I'm going to lay a quick coat of primer on everything so that everything is primed. Don't have to worry about it rusting right here. Then basically got an idea on how to install this without causing too much damage. Sounds weird, but there's a funky angle that I've got to get on the flange of the wheel well. Yeah, sorry, I keep looking at that. Basically, the flange, when it goes against the wall, because of how much repair I've done on the rust, the wall is kind of tilted like that. So when I put the wheel well in, it's going to pull the flange back on the top. So shouldn't be too big of a deal. First I'm going to put some primer down, and then we'll run with it from there. Let's drop this little puppy on here just to double check everything before we prime it. That way, once the primer's dry, there we go. Okay, what I was talking about a minute ago is, see, there's about an inch gap at the top. What we're going to do is pull it back like this,
Hopefully this is gonna work okay. I'm gonna flip it up like this. Go ahead and put I'm gonna put screws in the top of it before I put rivets, just in case this doesn't work out, okay? So I'm gonna put screws on top of it. Once everything is secure, then I push it down. That will bend that back. I will work it back with my hammer. And once that's in place, I'll put the rivets in one at a time. Leave the screws in. Self-tappers. Okay, I guess I could go ahead and try a couple right now. You know what? Let's go ahead and see what happened. There we go. Had to remove quite a few rivets that I had in there. So, let's just see what goes on here. This should be interesting to say the least. Remember, everywhere I put a self-tapper will be where there is a moment of truth is right now. Didn't realize it would hold it like that. Yeah, don't know how that's going to work. Actually, I think the only way that's going to work is to split the top. So what I'm dealing with here, see how high that is off the floor. So my thoughts are to relieve that pressure, I'll just cut across the top like so. That will allow it to bend down. And then I'll take a piece of steel and fill in the gap that's created when this bends down. So the gap should be equal to the amount of space that is seen right here. I'm going to go ahead and do that. More than a little bit frustrated right this second. Do this the old-fashioned way. This might work here. Boy, that hurt. Right in the shin. Whew. My gosh. Just above my boot, you know? Wasn't very nice. Well, that right there answers my question right there, doesn't it? Look at that. See the way it dropped right down? That's beautiful. And sure enough, it only has the amount of gap on the top there that it had on the bottom edge there. So, excellent. So we'll get all this down. I'll go ahead and get some self-tappers. Go all the way around it here. Yeah, it's going to take quite a few. But, yep, I'll go ahead and get some self-tappers, and the rest is history. Top of the day to you guys. It's a new day, and it is time to start wheel well. Why is that so hard to say? Wheel well. Wheel well. Wheel well. Yeah, it's time to start the second wheel well today, right now. What I keep looking down at right here is this. This little guy right here with the fancy gloves laying on there. So we're going to be replacing this one. This one's going to be a little more difficult than this one here. Even though I had to cut that one all the way across the top, which just broke my heart. This one, and I really hate to say it, but I think it just might be. We got a lot of rust back there. We can even see some of the ground through there, which I am absolutely not a fan of at all. Sorry, I'm distracted by the smoke that's coming out of the smokestack blowing in front of the windshield. Yeah, anyway. So I've had a busy morning, haven't been able to do this. I'm like riddled with guilt. I just drank the Kool-Aid and posted my first ever TikTok video a minute ago. Changing world we're living in. Changing world. I want to share it with you though. This is stuff that I want everybody to know about that hasn't done it yet or will be doing it in the future. Maybe long after I'm dirt, you're going to be converting school buses. So
This wheel well right here is only being held in place by 1, 2, and 3 rivets. So I'm going to buzz those rivets out real quick using my handy dandy little, I call it like my little tiny belt sander right here. Okay, this is a lot less noisy way to do it. I wonder what happens if I pull up on that. Haha, that's what happens. There's one down. All right, let's see. Haha. Oh, looky there. Oh, that gave us some nice access, didn't it? Just like I did yesterday, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this little lip here with the Sawzall. Hopefully this blade has just a little more life in it. Okay, as you may be able to see here, this right here, I went ahead and trimmed the piece of metal that was from the little cardboard template that I made a minute ago. That little puppy's gonna fit right in there. And then each one of these holes that I punched out, I'm gonna do like yesterday and just plug weld every one of those little puppies. So that should be fun and exciting. This is number 2. It is Wednesday, so this is day 3 of this. Think of that. And that right there is where we're going to leave it this evening. But man, let me show you something. I cannot tell you how awesome it is to have these 2 little guys here. I'm going to go ahead and call it a night and hit it wide open in the morning. So anyway, see you in a second. Hi guys, top of the day to you. It is a new day. It's a brand new day. Look at there. Excellent. There's the first one. Only 57,000 to go. Alrighty, so all except for those 2 little guys right there, I've now got all the way around the wall, so it's definitely attached to the wall. So I really hate having to cut these after getting them from Schoolie. So yeah, but Luke, man, I'm sorry I'm cutting these. It's just terrible. It's the only way I know how to do it right now. Best way I know to do this right here is just go ahead and measure a nice straight line. So I've got to come out about 3 inches here. It's raining outside today. There we go. What do you think of that?
Isn't that cool? Just lays flat right there. Just that easy. Perfect. Well, isn't that just a pretty strip of green grass outside there? Same as the other side, 14 gauge. Might be 16. I'm going to slowly bend it over the top of the wheel well here. Make it all match up and pretty. Just as simple as that. Definitely have all that all wrapped up there. It's top of the day to you, or should I say afternoon. We've been blessed with some beautiful, beautiful weather here in Western Carolina, and still working on these wheel wells here. Let's take off in here and I'll show you what we got going on. On the verge of winding down, but yet there's some key stuff I have to take care of. One is to get these riveted together where I've had to cut them in half, and basically cut them in half, and then rivet a strip on. Actually, I've only screwed the strip on there right now, so we're getting ready to rivet that, and then seal it up, get them painted. Once they're painted and sealed and all that good stuff, they'll be in great shape. So screwed these together using every other hole. I am going to drill each one of these holes and put a rivet in it, and then remove the screws and put a rivet in there. So that's what I'll be doing. This is the passenger side, and of course be doing it to the driver's side as well. Really like to get as much of this done this afternoon / evening as possible. Other things have been consuming time. That's just the way life is, but can't say it's not frustrating. Once I'm here looking at it going, why haven't I done this? If you're in the middle of a schoolie build, or you're going to be building a schoolie soon, be easy on yourself. I think that's been the worst thing for me, is just beating myself up, not giving myself enough time to be able to do it the way it needs to be done, and then getting frustrated that I didn't get more done. So anyway, if you're going to do it, or if you're in the middle of it, be patient with yourself. I'm doing my best to practice what I preach. Not doing a very good job at it. Just telling it like it is. So yeah, let's get started drilling some holes and popping some rivets. I'll drill a handful of holes, and then if you're wondering about the rivet gun that I use, long time ago when I first met Luke at here at Schoolie, he showed me the rivet gun that they use. That rivet gun cost a little more than $1,000. It's a big rivet gun, strong one. This one here I got at Harbor Freight. This little guy has been a trooper. Keep it oiled and you'll be in good shape. But these are 1/4 inch structural rivets. They're not just cheap little rivets. As you see, generally it takes me 3 squeezes of the trigger to get that done, but that's okay. Boy, that's in there. There's no question that's in there. You see these guys clamping down. Pulls it tight. I think now these are somewhere around $120. I can tell you they weren't that much back in 2020 when I bought it. Everything's gone up a little bit, obviously. But it's been a great riveter. It's been the only one I've used on the bus so far. There's a piece of teeth, there's 3 teeth up here in the nose that I did replace. It actually comes with an extra set of teeth. So I always thought that was pretty cool. forgot the process. There we go. All right, there's our first rivets. So we'll pour that bag in here because I am sure I'll be using them all. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these little screws out here. Start replacing them. Look at this. Oh yeah, that little adjustment has been needed to be made for a long time. So what I'm kind of thinking about right this second is if I go ahead and pull this one out, do some of the sealing on the underside of it, that'll be drying while I'm riveting all of this. I think that's a really good idea. Yeah, that way I can get them all primed while this one sealer's drying. Then I can, yeah, I know what I'm doing. Kind of, sort of. Well, let's pull all these self-tappers out. Do it. Nice seam on the underside. That won't be too hard at all to seal up. Very, very cool. All right. Go ahead and carry this little guy out. You can see how nicely it bound up these, how it pulled everything together. All of the areas here where the rivets are, those right there are sealed tight. Those are, like Luke says, those are all watertight. So what I'm going to do is just start laying the seam sealer. This is automotive seam sealer. Guess that got it all seamed up nicely. Obviously it's not perfectly smooth or anything, but that's okay. It's all sealed, and that's what matters. We'll go get some other stuff called quad. Go in those edges right there real quick. Let's go ahead and go get the rivets in the other one there. It's moving along pretty good. Excited to be able to do this and be able to lay the primer to it here in just a minute. I'm going to lay it on pretty thick with a brush. I'm going to spray it, just going to lay a brush to it. Really get a nice layer on there. Then do the same thing to the floor in here. Let it dry somewhat, and then I can now think about throwing a coat of paint on it just for protective purposes today. So. Number 2. I just realized got a couple places I need to go over. Right here, need to cut a little bit of this off, so I'm going to grab my flap wheel. In my mind, that's enough to make a difference. So Okay, so I've got the wheel wells the way I want them. I've got them sealed, got those strips riveted on there nicely. Pretty happy with how all that turned out. What I'm going to do is lay a coat of rusty metal primer on there, which is the iron oxide primer. Let's tear this out real quick. Jump in the bus, get that floor down because Border Collie needs to play. Here we go. Well, that took just a little bit, didn't it? So we got the inside of the wheel wells all primed up and everything, which is a really positive thing. I'm going to go ahead and clean this floor up real quick, see if I can get a coat of primer laid down on it so when I leave it'll be drying, and take it from there. Definitely need to get a coat of primer down on the floor here. So bear with me while I rip through this real quick. Move on to the next little project. There we go. Floor is looking good. So let's go take care of the Border Collie. Got to throw a ball for him for a little while. Hopefully when we get back this will be somewhat dry.
Yeah, buddy, you ready?
Look at that happy boy. That's a happy boy right there. Alrighty, Oakley's had his fill. Let's carry a couple of these puppies in here. Absolutely ready to go right where it will forever be. Ain't that cool? Looky there. I cannot tell you, that feels so amazing to have these puppies in place. Luke, Schooly.com, thank you so much for this. My goodness gracious. For those of you that want to have Luke, here at Schooly, build you, just fabricate you a couple of wheel wells like this. Do not be alarmed. I'll tell you again, don't be alarmed by this strap. That strap, I had to cut those only because I had done all this previous work on the bottom that built the bottoms of the wall out too far. I was very, very much a fabricating rookie when I was installing all of that. So let me go ahead and throw a coat of primer on this, and then I will call it today, and I'll see you in 3 shakes of a lamb's tail. Top of the morning to you. It's a new day, and as you can see, everything dried nicely last night. I have already carried the other one outside, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on that today and or this morning, and hopefully get that paint dry so we can go ahead and rivet these puppies in, and they'll just be ready to go. I'll be able to put the floor in. Can you imagine that? Put the floor in the bus. 309's getting a floor, man. All right, so as I've said many times, I'm just going to go ahead and jump right in it here. It's kind of overcast today, but it's still a pretty day. It's nice and feels like it's going to be a little warmer. So, yeah, I've actually already started painting on this one, and I was like, man, I forgot my buddy. So here you go. Okay, this is going to be quick. Won't be too long. We got a bunch of stuff to do today. Well, look at that. Isn't that crazy? There we go. That's the tire side. Yeah, so with the tire side done, all I got to do is let that paint dry, and it'll be time to put them in there and seal them. And at the moment I get those in there, that means I'll be able to drive in the rain again. That's just crazy, man. They're done. Oh man, can't even describe it. It's been a long time. Check out schooly.com. They've been such a huge help for me. All right, gonna let this paint dry. Well, I just got done with lunch. And look what I walked out here and found. Yeah, watch this. Look, it's dry enough to put in. Man, I'm telling you, this is a milestone. Huge, huge milestone. Let's tell you what, I'll just have you sit up here if you don't mind. And I'll be back in just a minute. And oh man, I don't even know what to say. We'll get these wheel wells in here and be able to do the floor. Yeah. Okay, enough of me being excited. You're probably like, dude, come on, get over it. It's just a floor. Dude, this is my home. I'm working on this puppy for literally years. So here we go. Here we go. Ready? That'd be this one right here. So, there's a couple little driblets there. In my humblest of opinions, the best way to seal this puppy up is to have this butyl tape as close to those holes as possible, like this right here. Let's do it. You ready, Okie Dog? We're doing it, man. We're putting it on there. Oh my goodness. All right. At least that way I'll be able to see. Up there, that's good. Good. So, got all those self-tappers there. Just need a drill and a battery. Alrighty, it looks like I got lined up pretty good. I've got a few of these self-tappers holding its place. So, there we are. And now I'm going to drill some holes and start popping some rivets in there. So that's the last step. I am concerned about it not being super warm, meaning the butyl is a little thicker when it's cooler, but hopefully it's going to squish as it sees fit. Actually, before I start this, I think I'm going to go ahead and grab the other one and butyl it in. Well, holy crapola, Batman, look at that. I think that's enough rivets holding that thing on. I haven't even counted them. I'm afraid to count them. Passenger side is mounted, bro. Yes! Victory. So what do you think of that, Oak? What do you think? You happy? Yeah? There's a waggle. Look at that waggle. Now that I've done that side, driver's side go even easier. I don't know. We'll see. Give it a shot, Oak. I think he's going to bail on me. He's like, yeah, well, all right. Cool beans. Let's go ahead and get started on this other side. Top of the day to you. It's an afternoon. It's a new afternoon. You doing okay? Look at that dog face. He was very excited on the way over here. He's just woofing up a storm. Get this foam cut up the T-square. We're in business. Just need some sort of table. There's somewhat of a Not a table, but by golly, it'll hold a piece of foam up there, won't it? See, we got 4 pieces cut. Look at there. Nice. All right, there's a real cool backstory to all these pieces of foam you see here. I was on Facebook Marketplace. I found a person that had a pile of this on a trailer that was all broken, but I knew I could cut it up and make it all fit. Turned out to be Sarah from Floating with the Joneses. You've got to check out their channel sometime. I didn't actually know this till like 2 years later though. Pretty wild. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I got cold and I was gonna do this big time lapse and then come in here and show all the pieces going in together and everything, but I can't do that. What I can do is show you this piece right here. This is a pretty fancy special piece. It's going to go right there. And let me tell you why. Because I've already got all the parts and pieces put in there. I'm just going to call this the end of the day, and I'll be back with you in just a blip. Boop. So top of the day to you. It's a new afternoon. Actually, early evening right now. Look what we got right here. So what we got here is 2 sheets of Advantech, and this right here is the last 2 sheets of the floor that's needed to go in 309 here. We're dealing with some really low light right this second. It went and got dark on me. But I got this work area back here all nice and lit up, so that's a good thing. My apologies, I forgot to tell you what I was getting ready to do. Anyway, I got these 2 pieces of Advantech. They were the last 2 pieces I needed for the center of the floor, around the wheel wells, and also just getting them all cut to size and getting them ready to drop in there between the wheel wells. I got to tell you, this is a big moment for me. I know in the video you've seen lots of big moments, so to speak, but this was a really big one for me because this actually turns this video into 2 parts. One, me finishing the wheel wells, which I didn't mention a second ago, and getting the last of the floor in. So I was pretty doggone excited about this. Well, I do believe that this is another point in history that I will always remember. For sure. The floor is cut and in 309. Yes, it is. Top of the day to you. It's a new day. Basically what I'm going to do is pull up everything that I put down, make sure everything is seamed and riveted before I permanently mount it to the floor, because once that happens, the rest of the stuff is going to be happening really quickly. Good gracious, DC, you sure throw a lot of music in there. And these time lapses, holy cow. They'd be a whole lot better if I told you what I was doing. So I got all those pieces of foam cut and put in there like a big jigsaw puzzle, but I had to go in and kind of cut the edges so that they matched where the pieces of sheet metal went over the sheet metal. So I'm cutting little grooves along the edges to make sure everything lays flat. Well, top of the day to you. It's a new day. So we are all sealed up and ready to go on the top side. Without further ado, let's put some flooring in and move on to the next step, because this is it. Kind of been dragging my feet on getting this part done. I don't know if I'm just afraid to move forward or what, but I was talking to Luke a minute ago and we were talking about the psychology of it all. It's weird how it will mess with you a little bit, so. Okay, this is the fun part right here. Look at that. It started. Whether or not it's going to go in place, I don't know. See? Oh, look at that. Oh, it's even a little bit tight right here. Yeah, man. Gosh, what a trip to get to this point right here. What a long trip. Right on. Let's put these screws in the floor, get these little guys going, and we'll just run with it from here. Okay, here we go. as of right now. The floor is done, the wheel wells are in, but that's it. So you made it to the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. It's been a real trip. As you can tell by 309 here behind me, there is so much more to share with you. And that's what it's really all about. And sharing with you what I've done so that you can do the same or do better. State of the world today, there's gonna be a lot more people looking for alternative living. I really believe this is the way to go. If something goes wrong, you skedaddle, go somewhere else. You know what I mean? Bear with me, 2 more things. Go to skoolie.com, you see something you like, enter Skoolie 309, SKOOLIE 309, and the discount code, got a little something there for you. Another thing, a huge thank you to Luke Davis and his team, his brothers, Max, Dylan, appreciate your hospitality. And Luke, I really appreciate these wheel wells from the very beginning. You've been a brother to me. All this being said, y'all, thank you for watching. Hope to see you again real soon.